Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're the Movie Couple. I'm Dustin.
I'm Wendy.
And this is going to be our review for the movie Prey. Prey is directed by Dan Trachtenberg and stars Amber Midthunder. When a highly evolved alien predator lands in Comanche territory, a skilled warrior must figure out how to hunt and kill the creature. When I first saw this trailer, I have to admit, I did not know that it was coming out until I was like, hey, here's the trailer. And I was like, oh, this seems interesting. And then I figured, through watching the trailer, you figure out, oh, wait a second, this is a Predator movie. And the fact that it's a Predator movie that's set in a time that we've never explored in a situation with a Native Americans. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is a great idea. I love the idea. I love the setting. I love the concept. And the trailer just got me super psyched for this movie because I was like, okay, this is something that we could really kind of go back to form with, to where we have, the audience knows what the monster is, but all of the characters inside the movie have no idea. It could almost be like to where they think it's like a spirit or some kind of like monster, but it's actually an alien from another planet.
Yeah, I think for a really long time we've been wanting a good Predator movie.
Yes.
And upon watching this trailer, we're thinking, okay, this could be it. So we were invited to the premiere, and we also had like the access to a screening link, but we actually saved our first viewing of this movie because it is not going to be in theaters. It's actually only streaming on Hulu starting August 5th. But I really feel like I couldn't pass up the opportunity to see this on the big screen, especially since I think in earlier screenings, a lot of our fellow film critics went to see it or got access to it and saw it, and the reviews were really positive. I'm like, okay. So I was like, why don't we go to the premiere since we were invited, and let's just like watch it on the big screen. And I will say this, having seen this on the big screen, I am sad that it's only a streaming movie. So hopefully some of you guys probably have invested in like a home theater or something like that, and those who have done that, I think are in for a treat because it is a beautiful film. And just the theme of it all, called Prey, and then you put that with a predator and what he does, what they do, it really makes sense. And I love that it is so rooted in the hunt and the game.
Yes.
And putting the predator in a situation where what he is essentially built to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Not built like they're scientifically put, but just as their like natural born instincts.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. This is like really is the perfect setting to put a Predator movie in. It's it's the hunt, trying to find the biggest, strongest animal to take down, and the Comanche side of it is really meshes well because a part of that society is being a great hunter, being a great warrior. And I think that the way that the two aligned, the way that these two cultures in a sense kind of mixed with the story, I think it went together incredibly well, and it really pulled you in. It really pulled you into the culture. It really pulled you into the story. And I have to admit, Amber Midthunder did an amazing job on pretty much carrying this entire movie on her shoulders.
She is fantastic, and I know it's not her first project or anything like that, but I think after people see her in this, they're going to be looking back on some of her past projects to watch her performance, because this girl is a star. She is really fantastic in this movie, delivering the emotional part and the physical part as well, which in a Predator movie, I think that's really important. And I find it really interesting that they would show certain things where us as the audience kind of understand, certain things are foreshadowed, or like it's important to pay attention to this because we'll probably come back to it later. And we do, and they don't, hit you over the head with it either. They kind of show you it once and you're like, something's important about this.
They're coming back.
And they're coming back with it. Overall, it is such a good film. I was thoroughly entertained from beginning to end, and I like, I feel like this is the Predator movie that we have been wanting since the first one.
Yes, very much back to form. I have to admit, this is coming really close to one of my favorite Predator movies.
Yeah.
It's either this one or the Arnold, but of course Arnold does have that nostalgia, does have that 80s vibe to it, this is where we were introduced to these characters that we know and love.
Yes.
However, this one brings a really cool, fresh look at it. And honestly, I would love to just see a series of Predator movies that take place through different time periods.
Yeah, because I think this one's set, I think I read somewhere it's like 300 years prior to...
Yes, because it was
right?
1776, I think.
Okay.
I think they flashed that number up there. So... maybe it was a little bit earlier than that.
Let me double check
because, so if it takes place 300 years ago, that would be 1722.
Oh my gosh.
So this is when they just, to where, even when they see some things like, say, a bear trap, they're like, some of the Comanches are like, they know what it is, they're still enthralled by it because it's made out of metal. It's because back then they did not actually have those kind of weapons, but they do still have horses, which means that they have had settlers come and they've had some trade going.
Yeah, so without giving too much away, just everything looks really fantastic. It is Predator, so if you haven't watched a Predator film before, it is okay because you can go into this one without prior Predator knowledge. Obviously, is it better for you to have seen at least the first one with Arnold? Yes, because there's some little tiny like nostalgia nuggets, like little ones. They don't.
A few lines that when you hear them, you're like, yeah.
They don't really hit you over the head with it, which I think it's nice because this movie can really stand on its own. So I don't want to give too much away, but I love what they did with the Predator, the appearance, and also the cinematography. Look. And the sound is like all 100%. And it just felt cool to sit in the theater in the dark and have that clicking come through. And we kind of know what that means. And the first time you watch the character experience that, they're like, what is that? And we're like, get out.
We're sitting here.
Leave.
You hear that noise and you're like, oh, someone's about to die.
Yeah, so really, really fantastic movie. Fantastic performance by the entire cast. And again, Amber Midthunder is a standout, and it just felt good to like sit there knowing it's a Predator movie and you're feeling good watching it, completely entertained.
Very much an awesome popcorn flick.
So what would you rate this movie?
Oh, I had a blast with this movie. It is definitely a check it out. If you can find a way to watch it in the theaters, I would highly recommend it. Or I don't think you're going to be able to. So definitely see if you can get it on a nice big screen TV.
Yeah. I guess we don't really have a rating that says go see it in theaters other than catch it opening night, but that can't even apply because it's streaming. So I'll go with also check it out on August 5th when it comes out on Hulu. Like, you don't want to miss out on this one. And again, if you haven't seen any other Predator films, you're fine. You're not gonna not understand what's going on. They make it real simple for you, and that's what's cool about this movie is like, here's the basics and we're gonna give it to you, and it works so well. And if you happen to have a large screen in your home, a big TV, then you're going to be able to eat up all the gorgeous cinematography, and of course turn on those sound bars, speakers, whatever it is, and enjoy the sound as well. Noise. Yes, and watch it in the dark. Alright guys, well that is our non-spoiler review for Prey. Let us know your thoughts when you've seen it in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.